Alright, we're going to start an abstract series in Architectural Abstraction, and this will be my number 2 painting in the series.
So the question of the day is, why do people paint still life in art?
Alright, let's run through the color.
Mars black, titanium white, phthalo blue, red oxide, phthalo green, quin red, pearly red dark.
Let's get the party started. Alright, for this painting what we're going to do, we got the red in here. We're going to add in a nice blue layer, and blue always pops with the red, so we'll see where it goes from here. We just finished adding in this white to kind of break it out from the original blue-red layer, so we got kind of this nice contrast. Now we're going to add in a nice iron oxide to layer this up a lot more. Finish this nice warm color, and what I'm going to do is kind of contrast this green to blue and bring back a lighter green to kind of contrast this. It's going to have a little bit of this in there, so that'll be nice contrast to the red and also the purple, so we'll see how it goes.
The question today was about still life in art, and the reason why still life became a thing is basically once the merchants became powerful in the Middle Ages. Before, it was only kind of the knights and all them. They controlled the whole trade, and they had these small towns. But as the towns developed, the merchants became richer and richer, and they were able to build their own art collections, versus before it was only the lords painting kind of their family, or the Pope and all his religious leaders, bishops, cardinals, etc., painting about church scenes about Jesus and all that, and converting people. So when the merchants arose, they wanted to paint about themselves, so they'd paint obviously their own family trees, but they kind of want to show how rich they were, so they'd have these elaborate scenes of lobster and fruit and cheese, and obviously for the poor person they'd be eating porridge or grits, and you know, they'd be eating bread. They wouldn't eat any of this stuff. They'd have like a little bit of vegetables, and mainly they wouldn't be eating fresh food. And so these rich merchants always had lobster and steak, and so they were really just bragging, kind of like Pimp My Ride nowadays, where you see these guys with the 22-inch rims. It's basically the same thing, right? So those are the 22-inch rims of the day with still life. So if you're painting still life, you're kind of pretending you're a pimping your ride. So that's what still life's about in art. And the modern day version is kind of like, just kind of weak continuation of that, but it's kind of lost its connection, I think, per se. And so you really need to kind of throw a different flavor on it to make it interesting. And that's my question of the day. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, we just finished up. Let's take a closer look. So we have this nice green contrasted with the blue and orange there.
And as well as, it stands out better against the red, I think, and the blue and the dark green we have a little bit in the corner there. I think because there was so much kind of this dead space, which we filled in with the orange, and that light green doesn't really stand out too much against the lighter orange from the iron oxide. So that's okay. On composition, it's pretty interesting shape-wise. I think it works pretty well. I'm not sure if there's enough dark in this painting. Probably should have done more dark in the top corner to kind of balance off. There's only a little bit of dark, which is okay in a painting. You don't want too much dark. A lot of my earlier paintings I made very dark, and then probably they're hard to sell now. Although someone might like them, I don't know. But lighter paintings always work better if you guys are trying to sell your paintings. Anyway, I hope you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, I'll subscribe below. And I'll see you in the next painting video. Thanks for watching, guys.